It's time for a vacation, and Fairway Travels is here to share great specials for you to choose from. Discover the charm and features of one of Sandal's 16 all-inclusive, luxury included, adults-only resorts, or a family-friendly beaches destination in the Caribbean. Or how about a couples resort in Jamaica? If cruising's your preference, get Thunderstroke aboard Carnival Cruise Lines or set sail on an award-winning Royal Caribbean ship. Join Virgin Voyages now for a wonderful adults-only sailing. It doesn't matter if you choose to travel by plane, train, automobile, cruise ship, or rowboat, we can help you reach your dream destination. Contact Fairway Travels today at 228-365-1012. That's 228-365-1012. Or email bookitnow247@gmail.com. Fairway Travels, where your journeys keep satisfying.
The station where our veterans' voices are heard, MBR Talk.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Welcome, Quack.
Program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Welcome to the Motivated Mindset with your host, me, Jose Flores, and we are going to go into the why behind what we do in life. Have you ever wondered what truly drives people? I know I do. What fuels their purpose and motivation? In this podcast, we're going to explore those profound questions, uncovering the stories and insights that shape our journeys. Join me as we navigate in the depths of human ambition and uncover the secrets to living a fulfilled life, purpose, and driven. Let's get motivated. Thank you. Hey, ¿qué pasa, mi gente? Welcome to the Motivated Mindset with Jose Flores. That's me. ¿Qué pasa, mi gente? How you doing? Hey, today we got a great guest, but I want to first of all thank all my audience and those that are tuning in, and I want to send a special shout out to the Power of Nine. You know what I'm saying on the Facebook group. But you know, sometimes we encounter individuals that just inspire you, and they say, "Man, you know, that's just awesome," you know. And today's guest is a warrior in every sense of the word. Born and raised in, I know me and my accent, I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Guanica, Puerto Rico. I know Gilbert, he'll straighten me out on there. But Gilberto Sanchez Perez is a 26-year Army veteran who rose to the rank of Command Sergeant Major. And for my civilians in the Army, it goes from E1 to E9. The highest you can reach is Command Sergeant Major. And surviving the battlefield, and later a fierce battle with cancer. But his story didn't end there. While healing from chemotherapy, you know, and radiation, he picked up a camera and focused on a new mission and capturing the untamed beauty of hummingbirds and wildlife across the globe. And with over 17 years in his pocket with photography, you know, and experience and a heart for a lot of our veterans who have PTSD, healing, conservative, and education. And I think that's really an awesome thing because we need more mental health specialists out there. But Gilberto's lens now tells stories of resilience, purpose, and peace. From the deserts of Arizona to the jungles of Costa Rica, I think it was El Salvador, and even the wild hearts of Africa. And I think he'll talk about it. He's getting ready to go to Brazil. He's shown us that healing is possible when passion meets purpose, just like the Motivated Mindset. So get ready to be inspired by the journey, the mindset, and the mission of my brother in arms and fellow motivator, Gilbert Sanchez Perez. So let's bring this in.
The interview of the week is brought to you by Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
All right. Gilbert, my brother, welcome. ¿Qué pasó?
Hey, thank you for the nice welcoming and the great introduction there. Made me feel that I was getting ready to go to Hollywood or something.
Okay. Where you say the city? Because I know I messed it up. How you say it again?
Guanica.
Guanica.
Yeah, Guanica.
Okay. All right. Yeah, being from New York, New Yorican.
Hey. You did good. Don't worry.
I tried, my brother. I tried. But, you know, I want to welcome you to the show, you know, for being here. hearing your story and so on. So let's start from where you're from, about growing up in Puerto Rico. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I was born and raised in Guanica, Puerto Rico, back in 1960, and graduated there in high school in 1978.
Mm-hmm.
To college for 2 years to become a civilian engineer.
Mm-hmm.
But I met some friends at the ROTC club there at the actual university. And that's when the Army started getting into me as far as becoming a soldier. And so I finished my 2 years, and then I enlisted in 1980 as an air defense artilleryman, and ended up making it a career of 26 long years. And a great experience. If I had to do it again, I would do it all over again. Learned so much stuff, traveled the world, and met some great people. Met some great people that we still in touch. Just like you and I, we got to serve together towards the, matter of fact, my very first mission as a command sergeant major, I got to meet you in Southwest Asia. So that was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. Then after 26 years, I retired, where I started my Army career in El Paso, Texas. Cancer caught up with me. I beat that battle real good. Been almost 18 years in remission, so that's pretty good.
Amen.
And during my recovery, I told myself I need to find something to keep me going.
Yeah.
And I have always loved gardening, so I had my garden and flowers behind the house. And one day I was just sitting there, just watching the birds, all the other birds that came into the garden, until the hummingbirds start sipping on the flowers. And that's where everything started 17 years ago. And
wow.
I took the challenge because they're not easy to photograph.
Yes.
They're hard to catch in flight, but it takes patience and dedication, and it's been a great passion.
Wow. Yeah, I want to back up just a little bit. When you said that you grew up in Puerto Rico, because I know, being from New York, but what values in your upbringing that was instilled still guide you today before you even joined the Army?
I think discipline.
Okay.
Discipline, staying in focus of what you wanted to do. We grew up, and when I was growing up, I can literally say that we were not rich. I mean, nobody in my family is rich. We live in a poor environment. Yeah. So what we had, we value it a lot.
Absolutely.
And my mom took care of us. She was a single mother of 7 of us.
Wow.
And I think discipline and seeing what is out there, that you need to do the right thing to have a good future. So that discipline from a mom and what you learn in life, I think that was a big key factor to make it in the Army.
Yeah. You and I joined around the same time. I joined in 1981, and it was, remember, that was the most successful marketing career the Army had. Be all you can be. Remember that?
Oh yes.
And I will never forget when I saw that one. I think it was done at Fort Bragg, when that soldier landed. He said, "Hey, good morning, First Sergeant."
Yes, I remember.
And that was the commercial that got me.
Yeah, that was a good one there.
It was good. Good morning, First Sergeant. I found out years later that soldier got in a lot of trouble because he thought he had a big head. Like he's an actor.
Yes.
and I gotta, like me, when I first came, I said, you know what? I'm gonna do my 4 years and then get out. But what did you imagine that you would do 26 when you first came in?
And I think as of even to today's date,
Yeah.
and I had some leaders at my early Army career that told me that I was not going to make it.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I joined the service, I never knew any English at all.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
No English. So I remember there were 12 of us that left Puerto Rico together. And within the group, we had a Vietnam vet. So he knew some English.
Okay.
So that English barrier was my biggest obstacle when I started the Army.
Yeah.
And at one time in basic training, I'll never forget. At one time, I almost quit. I wanted to quit because the language barrier.
Yeah.
But we had a drill sergeant, a Puerto Rican drill sergeant, Pinheiro, I'll never forget him, that he put us in the corner and he told us, I said, look here, don't let language barrier stop you for what you're going to overcome here. And I took that to the heart, and I made it a career, knowing no English at all. And I learned it. I went to the basic English course that the Army offered back then.
BSEP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For about 8 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Bought me a dictionary. You know what? That I still have. I still have my dictionary.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I still have it. I wish I can have it here. I can show it to you.
Yeah.
I still have it. I still have the yellow one, and I have all kind of scribbles in there and dates. Mm-hmm. But at night, before I went to sleep, I just pick up some words and practice.
And I can relate to that because when I was in basic and AIT, a lot of Puerto Ricans. Because did you take the ASVAT in Spanish back then?
Yes, I did.
So what I did was, I tell you what, I used to tell them, I said, I'll tell you what, I'll teach you English and you teach me some Spanish, because my Spanish, even to this point, is still horrible. It is terrible. Like La Feniltura, El Rufo, the way we speak in New York,
Yes.
And I remember, BSEP and AIT and basic was, for me, coming from New York, because my first MOS was field artillery. So I went to at the Fort Sill for basic and AIT.
Okay.
And that was a turning point in my life, because I think had I not joined the military, in my case, I don't even know if I'd be alive then. So, I can relate to, some of the challenges from language to environment, Yeah. And I never forget, I hated my drill sergeant when I first got there. I said, what is this guy yelling at me for, But but by the end of it, that dude was like my mentor. It was amazing transformation,
Yeah, I think you learn through the years that they test you and see how far.
Yes.
And, when they start telling you, I'm going to be your mama and your papa for the next week.
Oh, my goodness. No, you are absolutely right. And it was an experience. But, for someone who's reached the rank of command sergeant major, what leadership lessons or, como se dice, mindset shifts help you raise through the ranks when you were going through all that?
I think that when I saw when I got to see my first command sergeant major, my first battalion command sergeant major, when I got to see him first, and I learned what his position was all about, mm-hmm. I told myself, I want to be there one day.
Right.
And, through reading and the leadership positions, I learned that in combat arms, and I learned through some of my squad leaders and platoon sergeants, mm-hmm. that you needed to learn how to be on the steps of leadership positions, mm-hmm. From squad leader to platoon sergeant, mm-hmm. to first sergeant, and how to do your best at those mm-hmm. positions. Yeah. And what education was there for you to achieve those goals. So that's the kind of mentality that I grew up, that if I want to reach that step, I need to be better at the step before that. Mm-hmm. So I had some great leaders throughout my military career, and I think that was a big plus for me, that it was not just for themselves there. It was like hey, I want you to, when I leave here, I want you to be the one, taking over this job. So that was my mentality. My mentality was, I want to be a leader one day, and I want to reach that goal one day.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. We're about to go on break. When we come back, I also want to talk about, some of the challenges, especially in your 26 years, that you've had to deal with when it comes to leadership, and especially some of the campaigns that you've been on and so on.
Yes.
On that. So we'll come back. We'll take a break. Here we go.
It's the guts and it's the glory. 100 stripes, 100 stories. It's the Pledge of Allegiance on the 4th of July. It's them handwritten letters from home. It's them sleepless nights alone. It's his newborn baby he left with his wife. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, here's a line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Hey. From the fields of Indiana to the swamps of Louisiana, to the golden coast of California, Uncle Sam's the only family he's got. His purple heartbeat won't stop, and his 18th birthday was the day he was born. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, here's a line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, stand on the front line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, pay the ultimate price. He was the man of the house when he was born. His family is proud but torn. But if you knew him, you would understand. He was raised on how to be brave, just to see the flag still wave. And then he came home with only one hand. 'Cause Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down here to lie. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, stand on these front lines. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, he'll pay the ultimate price. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down his life. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. March in line, march in line. Hey. Hey.
The station where our veterans' voices are heard, MBR Talk.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Welcome, Quack.
Program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
The web at mbradio.com.
Hey, family, welcome back to MBR, the station that gives veterans a voice. And we're here with my special guest, the MAN, that means man. How you doing? You've been working out? Anyway, but we're going to get into this, and we left off, and some of the leadership challenges that you can recall that you had while you were serving, and some of them, just so, people understand, especially the job of a soldier, that it's not an 8 to 9, 9 to 5 job. It's 24/7, basically. So if you can speak on some of that, Gilbert.
Hey, before I follow up on your question, I found that dictionary.
Ah, okay.
There it is right there. You see it?
Wow. Yeah.
And it's got a date in there. Look at the date. I don't know if you see it.
Ah, yeah, yep. I can see some of it. Wow, bro, that is something else.
1980. Let me tell you, this thing has been with me all those years. And it's got some scribbles inside, but this was my Bible.
Have you since you when you left, have you ever went to it to use it or at least look at it?
I just I got it right here on my desk. So
okay.
When I either turn left or right, when I have some of my bird photography books that I have here for reference, I get to see it. Sometimes I look at it and it brings those memories when I was struggling with my I was forgetting. I was a drill sergeant told me a joke one day, and he said, "Just make sure you don't forget your Spanish, because if you don't know English, you're not going to be able to talk."
Amazing. That is amazing. Yeah, the things that I still got some stuff from wow.
I think my first going to your question as far as the challenges that I had during my early years or during my career at all. I think my first 6 years, I think the biggest challenge that I had was my heritage. I got to see some racism that my first couple of years towards this guy is eligible to to progress through the ranks. I'll tell you a quick story. I had my first platoon sergeant, Sergeant First Class Smith. I will never forget him. He told me one day, remember the GT score, the old GT score? I never pay attention to the GT score, but my GT score was always 80. So if you had a GT score of 80, they look at you like you were a non-educated kind of guy. Mm-hmm. So I never pay attention. They did send me to that school to raise your GT score. I went to that, took the test again, and here we go, back again. I had 80 again. So I told myself, you know what? I'm going to put that to the side, and I'm just going to soldier.
Right.
I'm going to soldier 110%. And that's exactly what I did. But Sergeant First Class told me one day, Private Sanchez, you're not going to make it on this Army with that GT score. And on every council statement as an Army sergeant with his platoon, I remember he always wrote that in there, that my GT score, was going to be kind of a negative impact on my career. I left it alone. Mm-hmm. I went to Germany. I never got to see Sergeant First Class Smith again. Many, many years went by. I made Command Sergeant Major. And I am in my house for lunch. And I was expecting a package from home. And when I opened the door, guess who the mailman was?
Your old platoon sign.
Sergeant First Class Smith.
Wow.
So he gave me the package, and he was going to leave. And I said, "Sir, can I have a minute with you?" And he said, "Oh, yes." He said, "I don't know if you remember me, but I remember you 100%. You were my first platoon sergeant when I was a private. I was Private Sanchez one time, and you were my first platoon sergeant in the Army." And I don't know if that shocked him and he realized who the heck I was. And he left. He did not say too much about it.
Wow.
Yeah, but it goes to tell you, that you never know who you're going to see out there at the end of the tunnel that did an impact on your life or did something negative that you remember forever. And I still remember that to today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. I remember sometimes even when I had a chapter soldier out, and for civilians, when you have to process somebody in the Army, because they don't meet a certain regulations. But like, let's say overweight, you know.
Yeah.
But up to that point, they were great soldiers and so on. And I always said, hey, thank you for your service. You know, even though at this time it wasn't for you. But what's funny is that I've met a couple of those soldiers later on in my life.
Yes.
And they thanked me for that. In other words, that when they were exiting the military, I still treated them with dignity and respect. And they remember that. You know?
Yes. And that was, you know, I always had a negative thing about giving soldiers Article 15s, but I never, ever. I learned through the grapevine when I went to take soldiers for Article 15, if they weren't on my chain of command, how sometimes they got treated like it was the end of the world.
Yeah, yeah.
And I told myself I would never do that to another soldier. I respect your position as a senior non-commissioned officer, but you know, you gotta, if you want that soldier to overcome what he did wrong, you know, you gotta do it right. You gotta do it. You gotta do it that, you know, this is not the end of the world, and do your time, do your 14 days, and soldier up again and keep going. And that's exactly what I did when I was having soldiers in front of me that they needed to be under the uniform code of military justice. But a lot of them soldier, and they make great soldiers.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yes.
And even now, as a civilian, those skill sets come into play. Even today, you know, even in our normal life.
Definitely, yes.
You know, and I appreciate it a lot.
No, how you treat people and how you talk to people says a lot about yourself. And they may not tell you there, but the word gets out.
Absolutely.
And I don't regret my time in the service. I didn't work one more day after I retired. I just did my time, and I thought this is time for me now.
Yes.
So far, everything has been working out for me, but I still stay in touch with a lot of my fellow soldiers, and believe it or not, I have lower enlisted soldiers that stay in touch with me more than the leaders that I share an office with.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
I can.
I got my most of my followers on social media were lower enlisted soldiers. They find out that I was either on Facebook or on my Instagram page, and they're my friends on Facebook, and it's incredible because believe it or not, my senior leadership people that work with me in service, Major Coyne, remember Major Coyne, Maestro? Yes. He's the only one.
Wow.
He lives in San Antonio. He just became a doctor. He got his he got a doctor's degree, and his son is a sergeant in the Army. And we stay in touch. He's the one that out of the whole leadership that we stay in touch, and that says a lot.
Yeah, and you know what? Absolutely, it says a lot about you and your leadership and how you mentored these young individuals, and they still want to stay in contact. That shows, you know, what an outstanding leader you are. Still,
thank you.
You know, and I know you also mentioned about how photography has helped you with PTSD. Was there, or can you share a moment when it was when it felt more than just a hobby and it became therapy for you?
Yes. I on my first couple of years with the camera, I was just taking pictures and reviewing them and sharing them. And back then, those early days, I remember I was taking some serious medications that they gave me after I was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. But then I had a great doctor that he told me, I said, some of these medications, if you can overcome them without taking them by doing something that you choose, you need to put some of them to the side and take the ones that you really need.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when photography, that's when I was picking up the camera. And I was out there, either traveled within El Paso, Texas, or traveling to Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I realized that when I pick up that camera and I got on that zone where it was just me and the birds, everything that I had that I was diagnosed with, it was not there. And it grew bigger and bigger and bigger every day, that when those feelings mentally starting to come back, I just picked up my camera and went, even if it was for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, or 1 hour.
Gotcha. Right. You know, that's an amazing thing. How you find something that, como se dice, fulfills your soul, like it fills a void.
Yes.
You know, and I, you know, we'll talk more about PTSD, because on my show we talk about that, and I'll be running some things underneath as far as like for people who need to get in contact, because when we talk about suicides and how that can affect some of our brothers and sisters,
yes,
committing suicide. So, you know, we're about to take one more break, and when we come back, we're going to get into some of the amazing places that you have gone, and the pictures that you sent me were just stupendous. So I can't wait to share that with everybody. I was like, wow, that is. And then I saw your name down there. I said, I know that guy. Man, I was like, what? So
I got some behind me on the wall. So
I was seeing them. Yeah, no. And we're about to get into your passion, and also we got some pictures when you served and so on. But we're going to get into it when we come back after this break, to really dig into and educate our audience about some of the pictures you've taken and what they are. So
all right,
we'll be right back.
All right.
Thought we were through with this. Then I watched the evening news. There were folks that still wouldn't stand for the old red, white, and blue. At first it made me fight and mad, how they think that that's okay. Then I thought they just don't understand, and given a chance I'd say, have you ever been there when taps was played, or for a 21-gun salute? Had to hear the words you never want to hear? Have you ever had to face that truth? When a son or daughter didn't come back home to a family so devoted, then you might not disrespect our flag, if you'd ever been handed one folded. Have you seen a heartbroken mother or a father fall to his knees? Been there when a family got the news that your freedom wasn't free? Have you seen a flag draped coffin? If you did, how'd it make you feel to know a soldier died to give you the right to stand or kneel? Most of us are immigrants, proud to call America home. And I'll stand for the red, white, and blue, even if I gotta stand alone. 'Cause I've been there when taps was played for a 21-gun salute. I had to hear the words I didn't want to hear, Yeah, I had to face that truth. When a son and daughter didn't come back home to a family so devoted, you never disrespect our flag. If you'd ever been handed one folded, you never disrespect our flag. If you'd ever been handed one folded. One folded.
The station where our veterans' voices are heard, MBR Talk.
All right.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Welcome, Quack.
Program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
The web at mbradio..
Hey, welcome back, everybody, to the station that gives veterans a voice. When we left, I wanted to ask about, those beautiful places you've gone to and how that has, como se dice, shaped your mindset and deepen your connection to the environment, especially nature.
Yes. My since when I got into the hummingbirds, I started buying books and getting educated as far as where to go see them. Different places within the United States, it's different places you get to see different species. And I think I was at the right place at the right time because Tucson, Arizona was just like 6 hours from the house.
Mm-hmm.
And even at my gardens, I was getting at least 4 different species. But in the United States, you can find up to 16 different species if you travel to Arizona.
Got it.
So I started getting the right gear, red camera gear to capture their speed and freezing them on time. The budget for that was there, so you need to get the right equipment for it.
Yeah.
So I did my first trip first hummingbird trip was to Arizona. While I was in Texas, I think I went to Arizona more than 10 times through my last 12 years that I had before we moved to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I still have traveled back to Arizona since we moved here 3 times. And it's just the joy, not just to see the hummingbirds, is the connection you get with nature. Sometimes, most of the time, I was out there by myself. I got to meet some great friends in Arizona. So that's when I started getting together with groups when I visited Tucson. But sometimes when I was by myself, to be around you don't hear no cars, you don't hear no planes, you don't hear no crowds. And that became therapy.
Yeah.
That became therapy. And I do miss the Southwest for the landscape and also for the beauty when it became for hummingbirds.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's amazing. Wow, yeah, and we got some pictures we're gonna bring up, so you can talk about them.
Yes.
Yeah, here we go. All right, having a little bit of delay, but it'll go.
No, that's fine.
Yeah. So here's our first one of the places you've been to.
Yes.
Beto.
I have been through here in Florida. It's been many great places. The thing about Florida is that in Florida, that's where I got involved with many type of bird species. other than birds, because hummingbirds here are seasonal. They're not here all year round. So I get to see them here between March and July. And then they leave. They go back to their migration routes. And I don't get to see them until next year. So that's when I got to involve in other different bird species. And also became a volunteer. We might talk about that later. The Orlando wetlands. Africa became on board after I met this great photographer. And I always wanted to go to Africa one day. And we traveled to South Africa, about 3 hours to the north of Johannesburg, to a place that is open land. It's open land, and they do control the animals there as far as to keep them away from poachers. They're not in fence there; they're in the open. And we're there for 12 days. And let me tell you, Africa is still vivid. Africa was one trip. The only challenge to Africa that I tell everyone that wants to go where I went is the flight. If you want to go to Africa, you have to have the challenge to be up in the plane for 17 hours up there.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
That's how long the trip is from Atlanta to Johannesburg.
Wow.
It's 17 hours.
Yeah.
But we made it there. We had a great adventure there. In Central America, I've been to Costa Rica twice. I'm getting ready to go back again in November. When it comes to Costa Rica, the thing about Costa Rica is every time I go to Costa Rica, I feel like I am back home in Puerto Rico.
Got it.
The people there, the country, the scenery, the roads, and then you add the tremendous, by the hundreds of birds and species and colors, and how much welcome you get from the people of that beautiful country. It makes you feel like you're home. Just went there this past March, and I was there before, and this second time was the best time so far. Then I'll be going to Brazil at the end of August for 2 weeks. That'll be my first trip to Brazil, but I'm looking forward for that.
Cool beans.
I decided to do this world traveling because I wanted to see more. I wanted to see what's up there, and I wanted to see more colorful hummingbird species, more other bird species, and I started doing some research and some reading, and the community of friends that you have in social media, they have traveled to different places. You get to meet these people in person, and they give you guidance. We share their pictures, our pictures together, and that's where you get to pick the place that you would love to go if you can go.
Yes. No, absolutely. No, those are all beautiful places. Wow. And
let me tell you, the people that you get to meet, I think birding has become my best.
Wow.
I made that choice in my life. I got some friends in the Army. How the heck you became from a hard-ass sergeant major to taking pictures of birds? But I told them, Nate, I am blessed.
Show some of those beautiful, beautiful birds. That is funny. That is so funny, man.
They did that as a joke, but they said I made the right choice, and I am blessed that I made the right choice.
Good.
This first picture here, wow.
Yeah.
There's one soldier on this picture that's still in touch with me. Matter of fact, he just moved back to Florida from Arizona last week. If you see me on the picture there, you see me where I'm at, right?
Yeah.
That soldier in the front, that's Patterson. He became a skydiver as a profession.
Wow.
And he teaches skydiving. And but you know, people because you get to meet them when we were in Southeast Asia, and
Yes.
what a great group! That was a great mission. That was my very first mission outside the state from our battalion, and I couldn't ask for a better team than everyone on that picture.
Yeah. And I remember I was the G3 at the time, and your unit was flawless.
And we got to see each other on our meetings. We got to see each other on our off time, watching the shows that USO used to bring to us. Now, this picture here, the guy on my right, they're both from the Puerto Rico National Guard. And when I was told that I had a security team for the site from the National Guard from Puerto Rico, and that got my attention. So I went to meet him. The guy on the right, we went to school together.
What?
Yes, we went to school together, and the guy on my left, he was from another town, but he was their supply sergeant. And let me tell you, if I needed something, that guy, he went right away. Now, the guy on the right that I was telling you that we went to school together, he is a well-known lawyer and judge in Puerto Rico.
Wow.
Yes. And real quick, I went to dinner with my mom this last time I went to visit mom in Puerto Rico. And I was just opening the door for my mom to exit the restaurant, and I hear somebody say, "Hey, Command Sergeant Major." And I looked to my right, and there he was, exiting his car with his daughter, and we had a little chat.
Wow.
But he's still on the National Guard. He continues to be a great lawyer and a judge. So small world.
It really is. Wow, it really is. Wow.
Now, this is another big story here. Now, these two right here, we grew up right there on my same neighborhood, in the same caserío, together. The guy on my right, he's got the same nickname as mine, is Papo. He's also a state policeman in Puerto Rico. And the guy to the left, to my left, his primo, his cousin, is the mayor of our hometown.
Wow.
Yes. And let me tell you, when I got to see them too, I said, what? And we grew up together. I mean, we played together when we were young. And it was great to see them. And, small world, here we are so far away from home, serving our country. And you can find people that we got our hands and feet dirty and playing, all that good stuff.
Oh, my goodness. What a small world, brother. What a small world.
Yeah. And this was the other half of the team from our battalion way up in Kuwait. Got a chance to visit them every 2 weeks. And Sergeant Major Grant, remember Grant?
Yes, I do.
Let me tell you, I couldn't ask for a better S3 Sergeant Major than him when I was there. He kept that team together, great group of soldiers and officers on that team. And we couldn't ask for better for that.
Amazing.
And this was one of the units. This was Charlie Battery. His first sergeant. I always call him Cold Steel.
Cold Charlie Battery, that's it.
Charlie Battery, yes. And let me tell you, the first Sergeant Knight and his battery, I remember that every soldier on that unit was trying to just be like him. You know?
Right.
And it was great. I always had the honor to visit them, and you can feel the leadership and the respect from every soldier when I visit his unit.
Unbelievable. Yeah. That's what we look for. That's what we look for.
Yeah. And this was one of our this was really the first male lion that I got to see in Africa. And let me tell you, I stopped for a moment. I did not pull my camera right away. I just wanted to enjoy
Yeah.
And let me tell you, to see a lion on their natural habitat is really amazing. It's really amazing. And then you get to learn how a lion controls 8 to 10 to 12 females within their group. And then you get to learn also as well that the ones that bring the food to his group, it's not him, it's the females do most of the hunting. So he's just like the man of the house, and keeping an eye on all of them if another male try to get into. But yeah, South Africa was just just really amazing. And here we are at the Orlando wetlands. That's where I do my volunteering since almost 5 years.
Wow, unbelievable.
Been doing that for 5 years. It's just down the road from my house, about 8 miles from here. It is the Orlando wetlands is the largest man-made wetlands in the United States.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Man-made.
Wow.
And the water that we receive at the wetlands is reclaimed water that comes from a water reclamation facility. And that gets drained into this place in 18 different water cells. And the plants clear the water from all the nitrogen and phosphates. And then that water, after it filters through all the plants, it gets delivered to the St. John's River. This is me and a volunteer on one of the carts that we use for the tours. We give people tours for about an hour, and we have 18 miles with the trails in the wetlands. We don't travel a lot on the tours, but we get to see all kind of birds and alligators and the beauty of nature. And you get to have fun with people when they come on tours.
I bet. That's got to be something. Oh, my goodness.
Yes. This was my last group when I went to Costa Rica.
Okay.
Yes. I am the one to the left on the picture. The two gentlemen right next to me to my left, we knew each other from Africa because we went together to Africa.
Okay.
They're from Texas.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the lady kneeling in the front in the middle is Mrs. Nancy Elwood. She is the leader of the group, and she owns her own company for these tours. And I got to meet her. Outstanding lady. And the guy to her left, Mr. Pablo, he is the guide tour over there in Costa Rica. We had the greatest time.
Wow.
Tour.
That is amazing. Okay.
Amazing.
Here we go.
The fastest land animal in the world.
Yeah.
This is the cheetah. And that's the mom right there. Behind her, she had 3 cubs.
Wow.
And she just finished bringing them a kill.
Look at that look on her face.
He was looking at us like that is close enough.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
The one in the back, that's one of her cubs, and there were 2 to the right of her, to the left, that they were chewing on the fresh kill that she brought them.
Unbelievable.
But
wow.
They are amazing creatures to see at their habitat.
Yeah. Wow.
And this is the sandhill crane colt. That's how the chicks of the sandhill cranes are called. They're seasonal, so they're born normally between early February to late March. And they are the cutest thing to photograph. I am
yes.
When I forget about when I'm waiting for the hummingbirds, this is the species of birds that I spend most of my time photographing out there.
Okay.
The colts.
Got you.
Giraffes. When I see these giraffes in Africa, these 3 remained together, and they gave us the most amazing pose for us to photograph. And when they pose that, I say, when can you see 3 giraffes like that? Just like they were right on target for the photo. Giraffes are truly amazing. They're so big and so beautiful. That was in South.
Unbelievable.
Now this hummingbird right here, look at that bill.
That's his bill. I thought he had something in his mouth at first.
That is the hummingbird. It's called the sword-billed hummingbird, and that was in Ecuador, about 13,000 feet high on the mountains. We drove there eventually, but the lodge where we stayed was about 13,000 feet high. Now that's the only hummingbird in the world with the bill that long.
Wow.
And his bill is longer than his body, excluding his tail, in size.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Very, very impressive.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. This right here is the Puerto Rican tody. There's other different species in Cuba, also in the Bahamas, and also in Haiti. They have a different species, but their species name is tody. And let me tell you, they're very tiny and very fast.
Okay.
And I like that picture because that picture was taken in my hometown last year, and a place what we call La Jungla. And I got that was my very first time, and that's the Puerto Rican tody. It's very, very tiny bird, and they build nest on dirt, on the mud, on the riverbanks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the picture is very special. That is a ruby-throated hummingbird, which is the most common hummingbird in the United States.
Okay.
And that picture is very special because that was my very first hummingbird that I got to see here at the habitat that I built on my backyard 9 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the male. The male is recognized against the female because the color on his throat.
The orange. Yeah.
Yes. Those are iridescent. Those are iridescent colors. So depending on the angle that he is with the light, especially sunlight, you get to see those colors.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's and here is the sword-billed sipping on the flower. You can see that bill, how long it is. But animals are in places in the world where they're needed for their body style. And in Central America, you have flowers where the tubular of the flower itself, for them to sip that nectar on the long flower, you need a hummingbird with a bill like that.
Gotcha.
And most of those flowers need hummingbirds, other than beautiful birds, are also pollinators. They need to pollinate those big flowers. Need the hummingbirds when he goes from flower to flower. At the same time he is sipping the nectar, he's also pollinating those flowers.
Gotcha. Oh wow.
And here we have the sandhill crane, which is a very large bird, and the colts. They normally have two of them. And late in the evening, before they go to rest for the night, the little ones crawl under the parents' wings.
Okay.
And you have to be at the right place at the right time to catch a shot when the little ones stick their heads out or the body out of the feathers. And I got that shot last year.
Wow, that's awesome.
Like kissing mom and saying goodnight.
Yeah. Oh my God. And here's the last one.
And this picture here, definitely that was in South Africa.
That
was on a return we did 2 safaris a day, photography safaris that was, and on those vehicles.
Wow.
Those were the vehicles that you get to see any of the seats that you wish. And we had the driver employee of the lodge and the leader of the group sitting in the front. And we rode every day for twice a day for hours on those vehicles. And that picture on the right, that was taken by my great friend that lives in Houston. He took that picture of me. And let me tell you, Africa, I want to go back. I want to go back to Africa, and it's just you get so many memories. But I value. You get happy with all the photography you do with with the birds and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But
No, that's awesome.
but the friends that you have,
Mm-hmm.
that friendship is it's a brotherhood.
It is. My brother, wow, this has been great. I can't believe how the time has flew, but I want to say thank you for being on the show and the invaluable knowledge you just passed on to us. And thank you for being here and the service you provided to our great nation. And when you write your book, I'm gonna have you back on, or movie.
I just want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity, and also for what you do and what you continue to do in support of the veterans. Your skills and your knowledge and knowing the system, what's out there to support us veterans is very important. You are a great tool, and
Oh.
I am proud of you.
Thank you, Sergeant Major, and I appreciate you. And we're gonna stay in touch, sir. And to my
Yeah.
audience, thank you everybody for being here, and have a great weekend. Gracias otra vez. Gracias.
Hey, thank you so much, and stay blessed. And talk to you later, brother.
All right, brother.
Okay, bye bye.
Right. All right. All right. All right. Ending stream. Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans. Your stories and experiences matter, and we are committed to giving you a platform to share them. That's right. We're here to give our veterans a voice. So don't forget to catch the podcast and stay connected with us. Giving our veterans a voice.